You remember that one time I went dumpster diving over at the old marsh?
Yeah.
And rode my bike home, and I almost died a couple times, but I found one of the big banana crates, and they had like a million frozen pizzas. Do you guys remember that? I brought home an entire banana crate full of frozen pizzas.
You didn't tell anybody, so I came home from work and opened the fridge, and the freezer was completely like Tetris full of frozen pizzas. And I was just like, am I allowed to have these, or are we prepping for a show? What the fuck happened?
I found them in the trash.
I love hearing stories of you and me dumpster diving, because Skipper, you and I did it a lot, because I was like, well, I have the getaway mobile and Skipper's spry. So
jump!
Yeah. And just the amount of times I've shared those stories and other people just look absolutely fucking horrified. Just like, I can't believe you would do that and joke about it in a way that sounds so jovial. And I'm just like, nah, we had a whole circuit. We would hit up like a bagel store, a donut shop, a couple of grocery stores. Like, I kind of wish we lived closer to like a taco place. Like, fuck.
Right. I remember one time I almost got hit by a car because I did the same thing. Found like a milk crate and a fuck ton of, was it like Minute Maid lemonades or some other style drinks? And we were going to be having a big show like within the next few days. So I was like, well, we got drinks. And I filled this crate, and then I was wearing my leather jacket, and I zipped up my leather jacket and shoved a bunch of them in my jacket, like all the way around my torso.
Like body armor?
Like zipped it up and belted it down, like the biker jacket part. Belted it down. I had probably like 80 pounds worth of fluid just like sloshing around on me. I'm trying to ride my bike down the bike lane down near where Piss House was.
Yeah.
Trying to ride my bike down the bike lane, and you know how the people fucking there used to drive. So
like they could afford the insurance premium?
Yeah. So like I'm driving, and this homie like zips past me, like his startled me, so I like kind of whoo. And, you know, when you have 80 pounds of fluid on you, when you shake, it responds violently.
Yeah.
I fell. Luckily, my torso was armored by lemonade, and I just kind of bounced off the road.
But speaking of eating out of dumpsters, this is Gangrel Part 2.
Yes!
Yeah. Hi, and welcome to Blankbodies, a Vampire the Masquerade V5 podcast, horror, tabletop, and some other shit, I suppose. I'm your host, Hunter, and as always, I'm joined by...
John.
Sarah.
And the one, the only Lorebot.
James.
Hey.
You looked worried for a second.
I was just like, how far is this gonna go?
You got 2 extra words.
I was like, are we going back into the dark times when they're just like...
Staring awkwardly?
No, just 45 seconds of just titles.
I mean,
with all this side chatter about the titles, we should have.
We should.
Yeah, we should have used that with titles.
I didn't realize that we had uninstalled the title programming.
That's on Hunter, not me.
Ah.
Now that we're becoming more professional, I guess you guys all need titles.
Do I? I don't need a fucking title.
You could be like head researcher.
Oh, that's just gonna be bad jokes on the internet.
Why?
Head researcher.
Yeah.
He's trying to say blowjobs because his brain is disgusting.
No,
Look.
I just know how the internet works.
Oh, I was gonna say, no. My BJ game's on point, but like none of y'all are gonna find out.
Fair enough.
So, we are in part 2. So this is Gangrel history deep dive and current events portion.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're going to talk about a lot of dirt.
There will be talks of dirt. Just so everybody knows, this is a generally agreed upon timeline. Generally, this is more apt for this clan because, you know, everything's like an oral tradition, so there's like 6 versions of every fucking thing I say.
I was about to say, you ever played telephone? Now do it for 1,000 years.
Through the dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, fuck writing shit down. We just have oral stories.
Hell yeah. Well, a lot of cultures have oral traditions, and some of those are really neat and valid, and, you know, I'm going to highly recommend a fucking YouTube, Google that, search that shit for funsies, for fluff for your games, because it's just, you might learn something.
It's neat.
Expand your horizons on humanity. Right, so, clan founder for Gangrel. It's mostly described as a lady, so we got a girl. We got our first girl boss.
Let's
guys.
get it.
Hell yeah. Her name is most commonly referred to as Anoya.
Because dang, she'll annoy ya.
There is not another way to say this, right? Am I crazy?
Anoia?
Yeah.
No, I don't believe that.
No, I
Okay,
think
cool.
that's right. Unless it's
actually-
Enoa.
Anoa.
Yeah, Enoa maybe. But again, I think because it's Greek, probably. Actually, it might be Enoa. Go on.
Enya?
Enya?
No.
Who could say?
Who can say?
I am right now. No.
Ow.
But yeah, fun fact.
That was too bad, Hunter. No.
No, it was good. I
Bad
loved it.
boy.
Grounded.
It's distinctly the reason why I'm like, no, I'm saying it now. It's not that one.
But yeah, her name in Greek roughly translates to sense, as in like common sense, and can be tied to concepts of the All-Mother. In Gnostic traditions, Enoia represents the female half of God. So
she's a big player.
yeah,
So we're also kind of bumping into the like Hedwig and the Angry Inch kind of territory.
Oh, hell
where
yeah.
You are one being, but you split into two kind of
Yes.
thing? Okay, cool.
yeah.
The multiform god.
Yeah.
Multiform God, cosmic balance, male, female, creation, destruction, all that fun stuff.
Neat.
The clan Gangrel, because of their storytelling traditions, has several origin stories that are canonically written in the canon for World of Darkness, let alone whatever the fuck you make up for your campaign. I am not going to cover all of them. We don't have that kind of time. I picked 3. So, if I don't cover your favorite, you can tweet at us about it angrily because the girl fucked up.
Yeah.
First one. God created Adam and Lilith. Adam asked God to get rid of Lilith since she would not submit to him.
Kind of a dick move.
Kind of a dick mood. When Lilith was forced from Eden, she was already pregnant.
For Gante.
Also, let's remember that's little dick energy.
I mean, have you seen the painting, Creation of Adam?
Yes.
Tiny dick energy.
Tiny dick energy.
Didn't they have to uniform those dick sizes, though, back in the day for art?
No, actually, the reason why smaller dicks were done in classical art is because ancient Greek and Roman societies believed that having a giant sex organ showed that you were uncivilized
Weird.
and not smart.
Weird.
Yeah.
Oh, because all your blood go to your other brain.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah. So, yeah, having a big swinging cock was just like, that man is uncultured and probably not going to be able to lead an army. No.
I wonder... Never mind.
It's okay.
That's okay.
What's that say about the Senate, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is there a process where they're like, we're electing you to a leadership position? Drop trowel.
Show us your wiener.
Show us.
I mean,
show us the goods.
it's easier when you have a toga.
You can lift.
Or just move to the side.
Just do a quick spin. Let it see.
Now cough.
So doing a quick spin, the first time I got a kilt, I put it on. I was not wearing underwear under my pants at the time. I put it on. It was at a family Christmas thing. And everybody was like, cool, let's show it off. And I go, okay. And I spin on my toe. And
Did you spin with all of your energy?
Yep. And my entire family went, whoa, at the exact same time. And they were like, don't need to do that again, buddy. I was like, sorry.
Yeah, so if you're a lad and you have a kilt and you're going to spin, don't spin with your whole dick unless you're like really into that idea.
Yeah. Or at least put your hand in front of your dick. Or get a sporan? Sporin?
Yeah.
Sporin.
Yeah.
Like, we're sporin, buddy.
Hell
That's
yeah.
what fungi say.
Yeah, speaking of a fun guy, Lilith is pregnant. And
She did
whilst
seem pretty
in
groovy.
the darkness in the wilderness of the not Eden prehistory times, she gave birth to 5 children. She gave each of those kids to a different animal. She gave one child to a pack of wolves. This child is Enoia. Enoia grows up to be a mighty hunter and eventually mates with a member of her pack, thus giving birth to the first lupine.
Oh, damn. So we're like very distant cousins to them.
Yeah.
Supposedly in this mythos.
Right.
Yeah, in this version of the story. Enoia eventually travels to the city of Enoch. The second city, so where all the vampires are. She lives there for a while, ends up giving birth to the ancestor of the Romani people whilst there. She has a bit of a temperament, and all the chaos and issues and strife that she causes forces her to leave the city. She travels around a lot. She keeps causing problems in cities and being kicked out. Eventually, somebody from Enoch convinces her to come back to Enoch and is one of the childer of Cain. They have some sort of an affair. She becomes embraced, and that is how Gangrel became a thing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So she was like a wolf. Was she immortal?
She basically
time?
immortal, yeah, because in this canon, if you're like Adam, Eve, Lilith, like that first like little chunk of humans, technically immortal, yes.
Okay.
Because she would have been born about the same generation of like Cain and Abel.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, she's pre-Cain and Abel.
Well, aren't she historically? But she's like one of Adam's sons, just like
No, like God made Adam and Lilith.
yes.
So
I think you misspoke.
Yeah.
It's not Adam's. Well, he is one of Adam's sons. This is all getting
She
confused.
is Adam's daughter.
no.
I thought she was
Enoch
pregnant
is,
when
or
she.
Anoia.
Anoia.
Yeah, that's who I'm
I
talking
thought you were
about.
talking about Lilith.
Yeah,
I'm
we were all
sorry,
talking
bud.
about Lilith there
I
for a
was
sec.
not talking about Lilith.
That's fine.
Let's use names.
Yeah, they would technically be cousins.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
she.
they'd be cousins. She'd be just as old, and the first city, Enoch, was a few hundred years after that. So yeah, like,
Thousands.
Yeah, thousands. Yeah, it had to be like she had to be like, oh no, I've supped on the dark powers. I'm not going to die. Fuck that.
Yes. Version story number 2. Anoia lived in the second city, Enoch, with her brother, Ravana. Ravana, for cultural note, is tied in with several characters within the World of Darkness mythos, particularly Ravnos. Ravana is also a character from Indian mythology. They are the king of Sri Lanka and lord of the Rakshasa.
Rakshasa are so cool.
Yeah, so keep that in mind as we're going through on this story. After the loss of the second city, the two traveled out west across Central Asia. Eventually settles in Sumer and is known as the Tiger Queen.
Sick.
Yes. Ravana lives amongst nomads and travelers in that area and became known as the Spider King. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Both of them sired vampires, the Methuselah of Clay and Gangrel and Ravnos, respectively. Caused this, we're not sure, but eventually the two of them start to butt heads and fight, and then they start amassing armies of their childhood to fight each other.
I mean, have you ever put a tiger and a very large spider in an enclosure?
No.
I haven't had a spider. I've never seen a spider big enough for a tiger to probably care.
Huntsman spider.
Huh?
Huntsman spider. They'll probably give a fuck.
Huntsman spider.
Have you never seen them?
Are you talking about Goliath bird-eating spiders?
No, huntsman spiders.
Huntsman spiders aren't that big.
The one in Australia, the big boys.
The largest spider on Earth is the Goliath bird-eating
Goliath.
spider.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's-
the live motherfucking bird eating.
Yeah, they're the size of a large dinner plate. But I don't think a tiger would care.
I don't know, they might have cat instincts, you know.
Toy.
Yeah, they're just like,
fuck that thing.
it's about the size of my paw and darty.
Yeah.
Just, I'm gonna get it.
That wouldn't last long. They're
No.
very fragile. If they were to fall off like your bed, they could die. They're very fragile little creatures.
Most
Spider
spiders
fans.
are.
Yeah, spiders are cool though. But yes, after many years and centuries of this fighting, they kind of hit a stalemate. Whilst Anoia and her forces are very physically powerful and good at the fighting, Ravana's armies are more cunning and skillful, more tacticians. So they just kind of keep, impossible force meeting immovable object kind of problems. Until Ravana decided to pull some sort of great destructive force from the sky and decimate Anoia's forces.
Brutal.
Oh.
Yaw.
Aw, the irony of what happens later, if that's the true one.
I was gonna say that's foreshadowing.
Yeah, it's just like, I see you've decided to choose the form of your own destructor.
Yes. Well, those Gangrel who remained fled further west to Europe and Africa, and that's kind of how we are with them today.
Nice.
Story number 3. Anoia is actually a boy, known as Enkidu.
The end.
Enkidu! That's the only difference. Just slide in, genders changed, name, could be any of the stories. Done.
Yes. That's where it was.
The god Ishtar?
Yes. So, yeah, Anoia, actually a boy, has been named Enkidu. The god Ishtar, the Toreador antediluvian, note of this, tried to take the Tablet of Destiny from Enkidu, sire... I misspoke. The god Ishtar, the Toreador antediluvian, tried to take the Tablet of Destiny from Enkidu. I don't remember what the Tablet of Destiny is. I wrote it down. I was half asleep when I did this. I am so sorry, everyone.
I don't know if I can get through this story with a name Enkidu. It's too funny.
It's ancient Sumerian gods.
I mean, that's cool, but Enkidu.
Enkidu.
It's
It's one
just,
of those,
it's so
like,
fun.
You'd have to have like 5 seconds for everybody to gather their shit and be like, if you start making fun of this character's name, it is still antediluvian.
It will
And
ruin
it
the
might-
city.
And it might just decide to blow up 5 city blocks because it's annoying. Please don't.
Enkidu.
Yeah, well, because Ishtar is a tablet-stealing whore, Enkidu's pissed and decides to kick the god's ass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Enkidu sires Eskrigel. This is the first time I've said this name aloud. I've been reading it for years. I'm so sorry. But yeah, so Enkidu's got his bro. They get a little bro squad together. They're gonna go do an attack. The attack goes well. Ishtar's able to flee with the help of their childer/lover Tammuz.
I like the name Tammuz.
I think that might be one of those Zamitsu ones, I think.
Yeah. Ishtar tried to seek the aid of the Sumerian king Gilgamesh in their flight to not get murdered by Enkidu. Gilgamesh kind of didn't give a fuck.
Aw.
Yep. Because, and the reason for this is Gilgamesh was already embraced into Clan Gangrel.
Oh my god.
I mean, for Gilgamesh's...
It makes sense. If you've read the bro-tastic story of Gilgamesh, you're just like, yep, yep.
Tracks.
That was literally what I was going for. Just like, oh, that makes sense. You're just like, we have trouble being like, oh, I wonder who this historical character would be as a vampire. Some of them you just say it and you're like, no, that tracks. We're not even going to have an argument.
Yeah. So Ishtar flees and also releases the Bull of Heaven, and they find safety in the haven of the island of Crete. Enkidu stays in Sumer, establishing Clan Gangrel. Though all of this could just be Toreador slander, who the fuck knows?
I mean, they are dirty hippies that live in the woods, and that's kind of gross.
Someone was low on
I've been playing a Toreador for too long now.
I know, honey.
You
I know.
have.
Alright, so after they returned to Enoch, started a battle with the Ravnos, and unleashed their bull, they still alive?
Is they alive or is they dead? The answer is yes.
Probably. Most likely. Again, there's linkages from Old World and New World. I'm going to start with, like, all of the stuff from Old World, and then we'll say how it's linked to current. And again, this is just as the text. You can do whatever you want. There's only one bit of basis for New World that links it to. But Enoi in the Gehenna stuff is one of the few Enoi in the Gehenna books is one of the few antediluvians that is still around and is perfectly fine and is trying to hide from Cain is usually what they consider because they assume Cain is going to fuck up everybody. And she has probably one of the most effective ways to hide to Cain, and I think it's going to take him the longest probably to get to her because she has proteans so much that she took Earth Meld and melded with the core of the Earth. She just in there. She just went
She's just a hot nickel ball?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't there an account where one of the Gangrel uses really high-level auspex and just looks at the ground and is like, uh-oh, mama?
Yep.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that.
We stared a little too deeply into the mud titties, and...
I mean, I did it, you know.
Right?
It's tough. It's
There's-
tough not to.
And I'll also bring up the other one because we haven't brought this up, but this is also I will do this for the Gehenna episode and expand on it more of Lilith's acolytes. The other potential Clan Gangrel founder was a male. It might have been. I'll check to see if it's the same name on the Gehenna episode and just be like, they also did that in.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Focus.
Where he was so much in the Gangrel sauce that he just stopped talking and being an animal. Like the last time he said a word was when the Camarilla was formed, and he was just like, fools. They didn't talk for 500 years. Just grunted at his followers and stuff. But either way,
Yes.
the actual linkage to this for how this isn't just all BS that we're making up from Old World is there is a lore sheet called Descendant of Xavier. Almost the whole sheet is about how Xavier protean earth melded and looked real deep into the earth and went, oh no, mommy's down there and she's angry. Oh no.
Yeah, I'm covering that later in the script, actually.
Yo.
So,
Oh yeah, sorry about
yeah, you're good. All right, so we have covered the antediluvian, so we're going to cover some rough history for Clan Gangrel. Here's the fun thing about that. This is not an organized clan. They don't have a written record, so a lot of this is just kind of accounts secondhand from other clans or stories they've told amongst each other, and a lot of stuff is... There's a lot of really cool stories, but it tends to be more regional, and you need to get into like the nuances of the fluff to really dig this shit out, so having a clan-wide, this is what's happening, is a pain in the ass, so you all should send me money on Patreon for this work.
Yeah.
Please.
So, prehistory times, all of history, Clan Gangrel tends to avoid civilization. In ancient times, this meant that they had very little ties to any major civilization. The clan that did interact with people tended to favor like Celtic, Gothic, Gallic, Nordic cultures.
So they were like, you could find Gangrel among the Picts.
Yes.
That'd be fucking cool.
Yeah,
Or Gangrel
actually,
Pict? That's terrifying.
That's where like all the Lilianans kind of hung out. Was like them and other like Irish Celtics and that kind of stuff.
That's cool.
It's pretty dope. But yeah, with the decline of pagan cultures in the Middle Ages, many of the Gangrel remained outside of cities and towns because they were unable to blend in with Christian society because a lot of them had like bat ears and like furry forearms and they looked kind of animal-y and were just kind of, like...
It's a monster! Burn it!
Yes! There is the fun note of some of the Gangrel aligned with Clan Zemitzi to fight the Tremere in the Omen Wars of the Transylvanian area.
I mean, that's probably for the best.
Yeah. They did this because the Tremere, in the process of making gargoyles, captured and tortured and transformed a lot of Gangrel for that. And the Gangrel who found out were not happy.
I kind of like that the Tremere fucked around like one big time, and they are still finding out.
Yes. Because they keep fucking around.
Yeah, they haven't learned their lesson of the second half of that statement.
And they've never apologized.
I know, such dicks.
Yep. It's true. This is one of those I'm like, when people are like, fuck Tremere, I'm like, yeah, they did a lot of war crimes. Like, I don't blame anybody. I don't blame the thought. But yes, Gangrel continued to do their moving around in between civilizations. So you get these reports in areas like in Spain that there's suddenly Gangrel out of nowhere, like there were none. And then suddenly they start coming up from like Moorish, like North Africa into Spain. And they're just like, oh, I don't like that. Gangrel can be found in Germanic and Gallic cultures around the Black Forest. There's like the steppes of Eurasia, the Arctic ranges of Scandinavia, the deserts of the Sahara, down into the plains and jungles in sub-Saharan and further Africa. It just seems pretty much where everybody is like, I'm going to go explore the wild terrains. There's just a Gangrel just chilling there already.
He's like, hey, we already did it, man. Sorry.
It's like, when the fuck did you get here?
I've been here for so long. Why did you come to my house?
Many of the Gangrel were known to join the ranks of the Golden Horn with the Great Khans during the Mongol Empire. So that's kind of a fun, just, riding horses, doing raids, banging babes.
Man, I bet.
By banging, I mean probably a lot of rape.
And eating.
Yeah.
I bet they were like really great in Mongol, just everything. Mm-hmm. They could just talk to their horse.
Mm-hmm. Best friend.
Horses are important.
Ghouling your horse.
Ah, yeah.
Bondus familiaring your horse.
Boom. And then being like, all right, I'm going to shoot arrows. You cool? Yeah, man, I'm cool. We're good.
It's like, we're bros.
Nay, motherfucker.
I need you to go fast.
I mean, depending on what disciplines you're able to give your horse, that horse can be fast as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And sturdy.
Right? Ugh.
You want a battering ram with your horse?
Big log. You just get a guy with a horse. Be like, run into it. Winnie!
And it's like, this horse is tough as fuck. And you're just like, yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is.
He gets extra oats. Good boy.
He gets sugar cubes.
During this time period, we also get the rise of Islam, which was where you get the split between the Washid traveling Gangrel and the Taifa, like warrior scholar Gangrel, and the Middle East, North Africa is when this kind of kicks in. The Inquisition hit the Gangrel about as hard as every other clan was hit during the First Inquisition. The problem for them wasn't so much the like, oh, we can't hide.
Yeah, it's not like it's super easy for the Gangrel to hide or anything. Because, I mean, yeah, they can go into the woods. But, when you look like a fucking bat or, scaly, or you got like hairy palms or whatever the fuck. Like you can't just hide from society.
When you're part bat looking, it's very hard for you to interact with people and them not to go, monster!
Burn it!
Burn it, it's clearly the devil.
Yeah, I was about to say, was it just they went, oh, transient, get it.
Yes. Also, with the traditions of like leaning into pagan cultures, and then there's like the Leonins that lean into like the witchy kind of shit. There's like, oh, they're practicing the devil's magic, clearly burn it. So, and a lot of things that you could look up in the old like Witchfinder books, a lot of them do line up very suspiciously with like bestial features that Gangrel would just be stuck with. Just like having lumps and bumps and things that you just don't react to and don't bleed and shit like that. And fun times.
I'm so glad they changed the ban. I'm so glad the ban's not like, oh no, they're permanent forever now.
Now it's just when you're angry.
Yeah, they're like angry. It'll go away. I'm like, oh, thank you.
If you want to for fluff to be more animal, that's fine. But Convention of Thorns does arise from the First Inquisition, as we all know. Out of the 50 plus vampires that were at the convention, there were only 4 major names that were Gangrel. So, yes.
Was it Beckett twice one time?
No, Beckett's not in the timeline yet. We got Milov, Petrikov, Tibiru, Torvis, Bloodbeer, and Karsh. That's it. That's the reps. That's who they had.
Get it, guys.
I love it how it sounds like just warrior, and Carl.
Karsh is a badass warrior. I dare you.
I'm not saying he's not. It's just one of those, just like, you have that lineup where it's just like...
It's like Enkidu.
Yeah,
How are you supposed to take that person seriously until they're shoving something down your throat, like a knife? You're like, shit, Enkidu can kill me.
Well, he's definitely scary because it's just like, oh, there's Grommash the Terrible, Tim the Destroyer, and Kevin.
Look,
no titles, just Kevin.
It might follow in the logic of like a boy named Sue, where it's like they have a silly name, so they have to be like extra fuck you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so within the Convention of Thorns, many of the Gangrel found themselves on either side of the conflict within the War of Princes, where some were like, I have land and titles, because that does happen sometimes with the clan, and other times they're just like, well, I'm on the outside, fuck this, anarchy. So that's kind of what ended up also happening during the convention. The clan ended up favoring the Camarilla basically as a like path of least resistance. The older Gangrel found diablerie to be a very inherent sin and not a good thing to be doing.
I wonder why.
And then the younger Gangrel were just like, this is neat.
I wonder why.
And that tended to be what the division on that split was. So the Gangrel that decided, fuck you dad, I'm going skateboarding, ye olde skateboarding, went really hard into the paint on the Sabbat, but because of their already inherently bestial nature, a lot of those Gangrel just became a white very quickly.
Oh yeah, they're already kind of pushing it.
Yeah. So not a lot of those guys are around.
And if they are, get the fuck out of town, man.
Yeah, it's a bad time.
Get the fuck out of the state.
Well, they'd also be old enough now to where if they torpor, it would be like, could be a century long. So
Yeah, which that's the problem. Dig it up and it's just like, oh, what's this? Why is it moving? Oh no.
Drink the coffin juice. So, as we go through history, colonization, industrialization was a double-edged sword for the Gangrel, finding themselves on both sides of pretty much every conflict. While there were Gangrel traveling from Europe into the New World, they internally had some warnings of like, hey, so there's some really powerful people that are asleep in the New World and you need to be careful. Became true in the fact that Westerners would go to the New World and there were already Gangrel just in and amongst the First Nations people.
That's not actually surprising.
Not at all. None.
They found a land bridge. They're just like, well, we'll go over here.
Yeah. I was about to say, they just swam and they were like, finally, it's so quiet here. No one's destroying nature. I can just vibe. Look at these indigenous people. They're just living with the world. It's great. And then few hundred years later,
then white people show up and we fuck everything up.
As they do.
As we are wont to do. So that led to some interesting things because there were Gangrels on both sides of that conflict. And a lot of slaughter was had. There were also lupines amongst the colonizers. So, that's fun.
Doesn't even make sense.
Yeah. I'm slightly fast forwarding in time, but it kind of goes in the same vibe. There were Gangrel found in Australia before colonizers also arrived there. There's Aboriginal stories that speak of a long-haired woman coming to these lands thousands of years ago. And many of the indigenous people in Australia still, to this night, even lean really heavy into Gangrel. So that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah, with the indigenous relocation in the United States, which is the nicest way to put a genocide, you have some people in Clan Gangrel that have formed bonds, or they have herds within indigenous populations, and they try to defend and fight for these people. And then you have some Gangrel that are just like, well, if I round them up, this is easier pickings because they're all in a pen on the reservation.
Gross.
Yeah, it's super gross. Yeah, so that's going to be a
gross.
repeating theme within a lot of Gangrel histories. You got some people that are going to be like fighters on like the revolutionary side of things, and you got other people who are going, this is advantageous.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is it's just like, if this is a pendulum, it only swings to two directions. There's almost no mid-Gangrel. It's either yit or yit.
I would assume that it's a whole spectrum as just for covering the range of how the Gangrel are going to respond to any situations. I'm describing the better and the worst to kind of keep it balanced. So, strap in, fam. It's going to get dark. Yeah, so with the American Civil War, this is also another example, and this does basically cover every other conflict like this throughout world history. This pattern repeats, so I'm just going to highlight the one. There were Gangrel that were known to pick humans off of battlefields for feeding and for childer. So they would just be like in the woods outside the battle, just like waiting. And then they would just go through the dead and dying masses and be like, this one and this one and this one. And now and again, they're like, he's got moxie. You're a vampire now. Good luck.
Peace.
I'm going to watch and see what you do. Which, knowing Civil War battle, it's just like, how many Gangrel are just like around nowadays that just like have like an arm blown off
Right.
and shit like that? Because you're just like, fuck. And yeah, post Civil War America, Gangrel in the South had a particularly hard time, and this is noted in the book specifically because a lot of them found their easy pickings off of slave encampments to be gone now.
Big oof.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I read ahead and I had to suppress the urge to say that while you were reading the last passage, because I'm like, oh, I'll see if I have comments, and I'm like, oof.
yeah, there's some oofs.
Kind of reminds me of that scene in With a Vampire where he's like teaching them how to feed.
Yeah.
And they hunt down the escaped slaves in the swamp.
Yeah. So yeah, this is like prime example of like Gangrel because they have such a diverse array of people that they embrace from, where there will be Gangrel that will be like in the master's house running it because, you know, this is just them cultivating a farm of people and it's legal and everybody's chill with it. And then you'll have people on the reverse side that are really empathetic to the enslaved, and they're just like, hey, I might be able to, this might be your one ticket to get the fuck out of here. So I'm going to embrace you and you and me are getting the fuck out.
Right.
Or we're doing a slave uprising, you know.
Yeah, I was about to say indigenous people like that. This is kind of my herd, the Underground Railroad, just be like, no, I'm going to help you get out. I need a little snack for payment, a little snack, but I don't want you to be there. That's a bad place.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's, some of it's like really chill, and some of it you're just like, this might be worse than some of the other clans, holy shit. So, yeah, it's gonna get darker, guys, strap in.
Oh, no.
Yeah, with the expansion of the new urban environment, the clan generally found this distasteful, and this is also the time period when city Gangrel become more of, and then because of urbanization, we have country raccoons and city raccoons. Kind of the same thing.
Yeah, because I believe, if I'm correct, is it Ontario? It's the capital of Canada. The population of raccoons dwarfs the population of humans. Their biomass is almost equal.
Oh, you mean, yeah, because there's just so many raccoons?
Yeah.
I have no idea about that. I have seen some really interesting documentaries about how, because of urbanization, we are forcing evolution on raccoons and squirrels and coyotes in such a way where they're more like problem solving, and they're starting to get on the level of like crows on like figuring out puzzles and shit. And then their woodland friends, while they're more scrappy and physically hardy, they're not as smart.
Yeah. Just they don't need to fight. They don't need to fight other raccoons. They just need to not get hit by a car and get into a trash can.
Yeah.
Adaptation.
Yeah, and as we're kind of shifting economically as a world as well into capitalism, some Gangrel do not adjust well to this, and some of them fucking do. A lot of them don't, it's because a lot of the land and money is grabbed up by, you know, people like Ventrue and Tremere and Toreadors, and they just kind of leave scraps for the Gangrel, which is why they're a low clan through pretty much the entirety of the Camarilla run. There are some Gangrel that really get into urban planning because they're like, oh, I can make perches that I can just sit on top of and just like watch everything. Neat.
This is great.
Let me design this city block. Why do you have so many weird brooding spires? Don't worry about it. I like Batman.
Yeah.
It's-
what happened to the gargoyles?
It's a style. It's called Art Deco.
Oh, I think it's Toronto.
Oh, Toronto.
I think.
I don't know Canada that well. I'm
Canadian
sorry.
listeners, hit us up.
We have several of you in the community.
As shockingly, the American education system has failed us yet again.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah.
man.
They never took the time to teach the important lesson about Toronto raccoons in my middle school. So,
Just be like,
Fucking up.
Just there's not a 0-sum chance that a gang of raccoons will come in and mug you for your food.
That would be the cutest mugging, though.
I'd almost be fine with it.
I'm pretty sure it'll be slow, but it'll happen because they'll just come on you like a furry wave and just be like, "Brrr," and you have no snacks.
Yeah, so as we get into the 20th century, I'm going to give a very severe trigger warning right now, everybody. I am sorry. We're going to be talking about race relations and eugenics for a second.
Ugh.
I'm sorry.
I already mentioned it once in our last episode, but the Gangrel has some of the low-key worst.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. So there were Gangrel that hid amongst the eugenics movement, which a lot of those people were also involved in the setting up of national parks, because there's a lot of naturalists at the late 1800s, early 1900s that believe like returning to nature and having this like hierarchy of nature bullshit. And they would have, you know, this scale of like, well, these races are the less evolved and these races are the more evolved. And a lot of those people were also really into like parks and shit like that.
It's a shame because parks are dope.
Yeah,
parks are super
yeah.
fucking dope.
National parks, really cool. The reasons why they happened, some of it's like super fucked up.
I'm gonna give just like a little like aside to
Yeah.
just breathe from that. Man, the Gangrels in the New York City park must be fucking great. Must have fun.
Hopefully.
Oh, you're
they
talking
do.
about like Times Square? Not Times Square.
Central Park?
Yeah, Central Park. Central Park is cool.
Yeah, the 2 or 3 Gangrel that are in there.
Having a good time.
they're gonna be having
Hopefully.
a good time.
Yeah, and this is also there's a wide spectrum. So there's some in there because they're just like, this is fucked up and fucking stupid, but I can use these idiots to. And then there's some that are really into breeding humans. It's gross.
Because what are you gonna do for 300 years?
Yeah, I wanted to highlight this guy because hometown favorite, Prince Jack Hansen. Unfortunately, was mentioned in the Gangrel revised books. I got to bring this up. So yeah, our city was a cam city for a bit. This is the most notable prince from our city. He was a member of the KKK. In the 30s, when he was prince for 3 months before an archon was like, nope.
Good job, buddy.
Good job.
Take him out.
Archon's finally doing something good.
That's
Yeah.
actually not at all surprising either. Where I grew up, there's just very slightly out of town. There's another town that even like when I was growing up in like the early 2000s, 90s, was pretty much still a sundown town.
Oh yeah,
I had
there's-
friends. I had friends that we'd drive through town, and they would literally like scoot down in their seat to where they couldn't be seen through windows. It was one of the spots for the KKK in Indiana, which was kind of the spot for the KKK in the nation. So yeah,
Yeah, you don't want KKK plus.
no, you
That
don't.
sounds like
No.
a bad time.
Sucks.
I might be wrong, but I believe we were the official headquarters until like the late 60s,
Yep, we
early
were.
70s.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't we have the Ground Dragon?
Yeah, that was in Martinsville. And there are actually some high schools within Indiana that still have the dragons as their high school mascot. And I'm like, guys, fucking change that.
You can go first. Mine's a palate cleanser at the end.
I also grew up really close to I think it was like kind of a meme sign, but it was there for a reason, where it's like the highway sign and it just says Whitestown, Brownsburg.
Oh.
Those towns had those names for a reason.
Yep.
Yeah, it's next to the Amazon facility here. It's really fucked up.
Amazon facility sits like almost in the middle of them.
It's super fucked up.
Yeah.
Also, a little palate cleanser I love in the latest, actually it's 5 or 10 years old, Call of Cthulhu game. You can encounter the clan in there for one mission, and Sinking City.
Oh, okay.
You encounter the clan, and the greatest thing is, since it's a dialogue tree, you can antagonize the clan, and it's an achievement for at the end being like, I am the Grand Wizard, do a magic trick. And then they're just like, we're gonna shoot you. I'm like, I wanted to shoot you this whole time, but I wanted to make fun of you first.
As you should, because they're fucking morons.
Yeah.
I do want to give the warning, if you're reading the Gangrel Revised and you get to this section of the book, they do, in contrast to this, describe a Gangrel who embraced a black gentleman who got into a very Candyman Emmett Till situation. And it does use the N-word with the hard ER in the text. So if you get to that section of the book and you're not feeling it, just skip it.
Yeah, turn the page.
Well, it's thankfully the history sections are written in blocks with little titles, so once you get to that, if you're not in the mood for it, you can just skip it.
Yeah.
Candyman. Either good Gangrel or good Lasombra, I feel.
Well, Living High.
I kind of want to give him a good Gangrel.
Yeah, like I feel like Lasombra would work. Gangrel would probably be the better one, because you're right, Living Hive, he just had to dip into Offscuscate to just be like, the bees are in me.
Yeah, but also just like, oh yeah, he's traveling to the Shadow Realm. Like, nah, bitch, he just earth melding.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just, whoop.
He knows what happens at Cabrini Green.
Yeah, fucking Christ. Yeah, and this is also another situation where you're just like, oh, cool. They're writing a thing where this guy gets to do, the guy who gets embraced is able to do like a Django revenge arc, and it ends in tragedy because the white bitch that's involved is a lupine and takes offense to her partner getting murdered, even though they did a racism murder. So yeah, that's I'm sorry, guys.
We've stated this before, we'll state it again. Sometimes the writers in past media were not the best and a little problematic.
Well,
sometimes.
it's one of those, I think they were trying to write it so to give some weight, and they like, hey guys, this actually happened in real life. Like, we had the thing recently in the news about the bitch that got Emmett Till murdered. Like, they found her warrant, and I'm like, yeah, arrest her. I don't give a fuck, she's a grandma.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, she got a boy murdered.
Yep.
Fuck her.
And we know she lied.
And she admitted it and everything, and it's just fuck.
Nah, bitch doesn't get to go free. Arrest
Yeah,
her.
no, fuck that shit. So this is why session zeros are important in your game, because sometimes when you have games that deal with real world stuff, it's gonna get fucking dark, and sometimes
People aren't okay with that.
people aren't okay with that, or they want you to handle things in certain ways that are actually respectful to the people that are involved, because it's or one. Fuck, alright.
Gangrel, we really need you to chill the fuck out, okay, guys?
Yeah.
No, the angry war boys.
I
So-
know.
And girls.
Much like every other battle and conflict, Gangrel would feed and also embrace from around battlefields. There were several Gangrel who were found to be great messengers and scouts traveling through the trenches in no man's land.
I wonder why.
They sort of did really well on the war effort. So,
I wonder why.
yeah, and there were Gangrel, like, warrior battle tacticians that used certain battle maneuvers within World War I to cover up Sabbat and Camarilla sect violence.
Cool.
So there's some really cool stories if you're into the war history stuff, but I'm not getting into that because holy shit, there's so much.
That could be a whole episode.
That's a whole
About to
fucking
say,
episode.
I can just understand the joy of like a Gangrel in the trenches with a shotgun.
I'm in the mud!
Just like they walk up, the German soldier gets there, they're just like, good job, buddy.
Just the flex of you get shot, you just stand there, you're kind of fine, and then you just fall backwards into the mud of the trench and meld into the ground.
Yes.
Like the sheer amount of nightmare fuel that is for everybody else involved. Holy fuck.
You pop out 2 seconds later.
Yeah. So unfortunately, following World War I was World War II. I'm going to give another trigger warning.
Gangrel tend to work on both sides of pretty much every conflict.
Both of them.
Yup. So within the old world, there is a pack of Gangrel known as the Fist that were a pack of fascist pro-Nazi Gangrel that worked with them directly during the entire war.
Gross.
Super gross. There is also note of a Gangrel who had a herd that he was interested in protecting of Roma people that were in a camp. That he was like, nah, I'm gonna break them out. Fuck this.
Good
So-
job, buddy.
Good job. You did the right thing. You did the correct thing. There's also reports of other Gangrel who had Roma people and keep feeding on them. Yeah. It's a whole rainbow of like heroes and villains within this clan, guys.
Do you think the Gangrel that did that were like literally sleeping in the earth, or do you think they just tried to like get officer positions?
Both.
Okay.
That brings new meaning to the phrase "cursed land."
Yup. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, because of just how wars work, a lot of European vampires just lost everything they had. Like, people that they would feed off of, like, would go off to war, or would get bombed out of existence, or would get taken to a fucking concentration camp.
Right.
And so a lot of them either had to, like, readjust their lives entirely, or just fucking die, or, you know, move.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know. Though, at least on a slightly good note, I tried to end this on like a slightly positive note. Gangrel have a bit of a penchant in history for encryption. Because they're out in the middle of fucking nowhere and they're sending messages to each other and they don't want people just to walk up and go, so the meeting's at 8.
Yeah.
So they do a lot of so some of them really get into like ciphers and things like that. So there's a bunch of Gangrel that worked with the Bletchley Park people, which were cryptographers that worked for the British.
Nice.
And they were the ones that were constantly decoding like the Nazi ciphers from the radio messages.
Cool.
So some were cool.
Good job, buddies.
Yeah.
I'd say if you're really interested in World War II stuff and want a more balanced look at it, it's the most depressing book ever written for the setting. But I would recommend the Wraith book, Charnel Houses of Europe. Which is an entire book about how the underworld and ghosts reacted to the Holocaust, essentially. And it is a heavy book, but it was insanely well received and actually like well written and thoughtful. And I believe one of their main reviews for it gave it a 10 out of 10 as a book, a 2 out of 10 as a game resource. So
Yeah, it's very... I read it ages ago, and it kind of left me with the same feeling I had after watching, what is it, Graveyard of the Fireflies?
Oof.
Where you're just like, this was well done, this is a beautiful piece of media, holy fuck, I'm sad.
I want to go lay in a ball.
Yeah!
I want to take a nap and never be talked to.
Yeah, so we got through that. But post-war suburbia was really good for Gangrels.
Huh.
Yeah, well, a lot of Gangrel did want to compete within cities because they're like, I don't like the fucking politics. There's not as many places for me to chill, and plus everything's already been snatched up by all the other clans. The move and white flight of people into suburbia after World War II gave Gangrel a really good middle ground because they're like, well, I'm not in the woods, so I'm not pissing off the lupine, and I'm not in the city, so I'm not pissing off like the Primogen and all the dickweeds there.
Yeah.
So they just kind of like melded in to just like suburban neighborhoods, some of them.
They became the Atomic Family.
Yeah. There's like some really funny notes in the book of like Gangrel that would just be like, oh yeah, I work a night job, but they would go full like 50s, 60s dad aesthetic and like mow the lawn and all sorts of shit like that.
Nice.
I want to see a Gangrel in a turtleneck sweater and a fucking grill.
Yeah, we just be grilling. Good cover if you accidentally kill somebody. You're just like, yeah, no, I got into this hobby of like home butchery and just do grilled meats and burgers for the neighbors. Like, yeah, we're having a pool party.
Yeah.
We got a tiki bar. Like,
I've got a very large smoker.
yeah.
Swing your razor high, Sweeney. That's all I can think of.
Dude, a take of Sweeney Todd, but set in like 50s suburba Americana would be so good.
Yes.
Oh, look.
From Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Our next one-shot idea.
not a musical, but have you ever seen the movie Parents?
Yes.
I don't think I have.
No,
Have we?
Yeah, it's the Nicolas Cage one.
Oh!
No, not that movie.
Oh, wait.
No, that's Mom and Dad.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a really good horror movie. It actually stars Randy Quaid as one of the
Ooh.
parents. But it's about a kid and his parents and their really uncomfortable, like, suburban obsession with, like, meat. And he refuses to eat it, and it's a really interesting one.
That does sound really good. I'll have to check that out. That and, oh god, what was the French lesbian horror movie? What was, like, I think it was called, like, Flesh or something like that.
I think that's one of the ones
Where it's like the
watched.
girl's a vegetarian, but her sister joins this cult and then is trying to force feed her meat, and then it just gets weird from there.
Yeah.
That could be a good double feature, honestly.
Yeah.
We got into a cannibal tangent.
We did! Speaking of cannibal tangents, us consuming peoples and their life forces to keep the bloody wheels of capitalism moving, racism. Because a lot of Gangrel do tend to be outsiders and not live in more affluent areas, and because of the way we set up society, a lot of Gangrel embrace from minority communities, so it would be black, brown communities, religious minorities, the queer community, all that kind of stuff. So because of that, many Gangrel get involved in civil rights movements.
Good job, guys.
Yeah. So during all of the 60s, 70s, into the 80s, if there's a minority group having a helping and not taking advantage of the situation.
Could be taking advantage of the
Yeah.
situation. Not good job to you,
No.
specifically, Gangrel. Your buddy over there that's actually trying to help. Thumbs up, pal.
It's what happens when the clan is consummate survivors.
Yeah, and then there's also a lot of Gangrel infiltrated ecological groups. So this can range from like the Greenpeace, Save the Whales, hippies, all the way up to like the eco-terrorists. So that whole gambit, they're just
Yeah.
they're probably chilling in there somewhere.
Cool.
Yeah.
We also had Gangrel that were involved in the early internet. So that's kind of fun, like especially with the clan having a tie-in with an interest in encryption. It kind of slotted in nicely with early like DOS programming and that kind of stuff. So
The encryption's nice, but it's got to be hard to run that many computers out in a cave.
I mean, look, if you just put it on the back of a Jeep and get like battery packs, like it's fine.
It's one of those old like satellite where they called everything satellite and phone and like a satellite
Yeah,
computer.
Yeah, you just have one of those clunky like satellite phones, and then you can power it with a generator by getting like a Bondus Familiar that's like some sort of dog breed that just loves fucking running, and just have them on like a little treadmill.
See, I was thinking a lot of hamsters, but that'd work too.
Perfect.
I was also semi-picturing Yogi Bear this whole time.
Yeah, just a little tie on there. I'm just imagining the cast from Twister, but instead of hunting down tornadoes, they're just a bunch of academics that had hope in something that ended up turning into a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, that movie was actually filmed like 5 miles away from my like family's farm out in Iowa.
What?
Which is like cool, but it's also like literally the worst like film set you could live next to. It's like, oh, you want to go see the road with the trees from Twister? we have all 5 of them.
Bruh. I grew up in Bloomington, so there's that bicycle movie they shot at IU, and they're just like, do you guys want to go swimming in the abandoned limestone place where they had the kid pretend to drown in the fridge from the bicycle movie? Like, such an oddly specific thing.
Sounds
And I was like, no, I don't care, because people actually do drown in these things, and fuck off.
Yeah, like the early hopes of the internet were like, wow, this will be a great bastion of knowledge for human society.
I mean, it still technically is.
It is, but then there's also
The dark
internet.
side.
The internet is for porn.
I wish it was more for porn.
Yeah.
But yes, along with all of this, things kind of chugged along, and then during the 90s, there was all of the Sabbat invasions along the American East Coast, and all of that fighting and tussling, and now we get into 1999, where Justicar Xavier,
I thought it was Savior.
he's French.
Oh, never mind. I said it wrong.
Yes, I had not looked into this terribly in depth before this research, so I apologize for my earlier fucks up on the name.
Sarah,
Yes.
you're in America.
Yep.
It's Xavier.
Oh god. I mean, that's closer. But yeah, Xavier was the Justicar, which means he was the head of Clan Gangrel. and he went to the inner circle, which is like the tippity top of the Camarilla pyramid as far as we are aware, and spoke a sentence, trying to get them to do a thing, and then walked out. And when he walked out, within a month, basically the entire clan followed him. So even before V5, a clan was just like, I'm out, I'm done, peace.
We don't like it.
We don't like it. But yeah, the note on this is that up until basically this point in the timeline, the Camarilla refused to acknowledge the existence of antediluvians. They're just like, that's not a thing, you're crazy. That's something the Sabbat says to try and recruit people into their dumb bullshit.
Yeah.
He's like, I saw her.
Yeah. So Xavier had led a war party to fight a strange creature that was attacking and deforming kindred. Xavier believed this to be some sort of antediluvian. When he brought this up to the Inner Council, they did not heed the warning.
As you do.
Yeah. So the clan shares a overall guilt about also not entirely following like Xavier's warnings about the situation, and there's a whole thing about that in V5.
Yeah.
So many now kind of like carry on this idea of like, hey, so shit's fucked and we should probably do something about that. And many of them hope to right the wrong of Xavier's final death.
Ah, yes, the 7 pillars of the Camarilla, and it's like 2 of those pillars. It's very confusing why they're here.
Yeah.
I'd say if their best friends are the Bruja, then their biggest rival are the Ravnos.
Yeah.
So,
I could guess that, yeah.
I mean, just reading the book, it's constantly been like, fuck those guys. No,
Right.
we're the true Romani.
Well,
fuck those guys.
That also may be the innate psychological principle of thought processes, and it can be described in science easily enough with primates. Usually when you present a thinking creature with a similar representation to themselves, they do not respond with happiness. They respond with anger, because they do not like how similar it is.
Yeah.
Unless it's a baby in a sock.
Yep, that's fine. Well, I mean, eerily close to you. Because if you show an ape, like, a mirror, and they've never seen it, 9 times out of 10, they're going to try to fight it. They're just going to be like, ook, I don't like it.
Uncanny Valley.
Nago did that a while ago.
Aw.
I don't think he'd ever seen a mirror, and I had one leaning against my kitchen wall with some stuff in front of it. I didn't ever think about it, but apparently there was an opening that was just the right height for him to see himself. And one day he was walking, just happy-go-lucky like he always does, and then out of nowhere he just stopped. And he turned his head like violently and just kind of went, ruff, ruff. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? What? And he just did this for like a minute or two before I realized, oh, he's looking at a mirror. So then I got the mirror out so he could do it properly, and he didn't know what to do. It took him like a week of me leaving the mirror out where he had to walk past it and look at himself before he's finally like, oh, wait, that's me.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, again, I bring up that principle because that's probably the reason why the Ravnos and Gangrel fight, because it's like, you guys are real similar guys.
A lot of traveling, a lot of being with nature and liking stories.
A lot of fuck the establishment.
Yeah.
You guys should just fuck already.
Just stop stealing my shirt. It's my shirt. A lot of sibling bullshit.
Yeah.
So, in the current timeline within the V5, Clan Gangrel is nominally anarch. Most of the clan is either actively taken up the cause or have been pushed that way by decree of the Camarilla, regardless of their actual personal political interest. Because the Camarilla was like, all right, either you're in the Cam or fuck off, you're an anarch and you're an enemy of the state. And most of the Gangrel had already fucked off. So even the ones that are just like apolitical, they're like, look, I just like chill here, bruh. Like, I don't care. The Camarilla's like, well, you're an anarch, so, and then, you know.
Yeah, they had join or die, and they're like,
I guess I'll die then. Cake or death.
there's no more cake.
I'll have the chicken then. Anywho, so with the Gangrel that do remain in the Camarilla, they're very, very rare, and they have some sort of personal reason outside of actually working with the Camarilla usually. Like the Gangrel Primogen in the Chicago by Night book, like she stays with the Cam because her big thing is hunting werewolves. So she's like, politics, they give me money to fight lupines.
Let's
so
go.
fuck it.
Yeah, I have one goal. It is throw hands with the fucking werewolves. I don't care about politics.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna catch these moon hands.
I'm gonna catch these moon hands. I hate that you said that because my brain immediately just imagined like a lady duct taping like a fucking menstrual cup to her fist to go fight God. And I hate that.
I thought I was gonna go Khonshu.
I wish, but no, that's not where my brain went. So, important characters within Clan Gangrel that are NPCs you should probably be aware of. Justicar, none.
But yeah, it's time to talk about Xavier de Callier. He was embraced in France during the 100 War, about 1356 CE, and he became a fierce lupine hunter. And this was before the Camarilla was official, but he was out hunting lupine in the Black Forest.
Everybody's just like, good
Get
job,
it, buddy.
Javier, get it.
And also, I know the lore of the Black Forest. He went to the area in the server that has skulls for levels. They're just like, is it gonna be a bad time? It's like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck them up.
Yeah, just there are parts of French culture I really appreciate, and this is one of them where there's like, no, I'm doing this.
Yeah. I don't care what you say. I'm doing it.
God can't stop me. You know, that attitude. I'm like,
God is
okay.
dead.
You know, the kind of energy where a fireman is like fighting the cops in the streets, like that. And I'm just like, okay, I respect that. That's cool. Yes. So Xavier traveled south, staying in the Middle East and North Africa until about the 1700s, when he destroyed the Gangrel Justicar for having been a white.
Well, you know, got to do what you got to do.
And just like, this very powerful guy has become an unthinking beast man who's going to keep eating and destroying everything. We need to put this down.
We should do an episode on whites.
We should. I am down to do that.
Yeah,
at some
on
point.
what happens when things go tits up?
When you lose yourself to the beast entirely, the beast.
Yeah, I was about to say, I like the bleast better.
It's the beast of us.
It's the worst of times. It was the bleast of times.
Yeah. All right, so Xavier immediately became an Archon and then was soon after upgraded to Justicar in the early 1700s. His main base of operations was in New Orleans. So yeah, kicked ass, then was like, I am moving. Goodbye.
It's time to retire, kids.
Yeah. Spoilers for the Clan Gangrel novel saga. Sorry, guys.
That you've had at least 15 years to read them.
Yeah, they're all of the clans for this. Sorry, guys. So around 1998, 1999, Xavier began a fated investigation. The one I had mentioned earlier about the thing that was killing and deforming kindred. And he's just like, that's fucked up. That's not good.
Yeah.
After his announcement to the Inner Circle, he continued his work. So he grabbed his clan and was just like, we're leaving. I'm going to keep working, though, because this is fucked. He amassed a large database of supernatural activities. Without a computer. He's so old. He's like, I'm not going to bother computers. So he just kept it all in his brain. I don't know how the fuck.
Damn.
Oh, I was thinking you were going to tell me he had a Charlie Day board. Pepe Sylvia.
Probably, but it's also a mental Pepe Sylvia board.
Just a big Rolodex.
Yeah.
No.
And he also built up a mobile Gangrel recon scout pack. And packs, several of them, to be like, all right, you guys go do this mission, you guys go do this mission, da-da-da. So, you know, gatekeep girl boss.
Get it, buddy.
Yeah. Xavier ended up backing Theobel during Theobel's investigation into a vampire slave trade.
Oh.
I feel terrible. I went to read that ahead, and my brain immediately corrected Theobel into Taco Bell.
Oh, don't do that to him.
Right, and for those of you who don't remember or didn't pay attention to our Ventru episode, Theobel was the Bruja Archon who had the shotgun that blew off the head of Hardstadt, or Hatman, as we lovingly call him on the pod.
Listen, the hat makes the man, quite literally in this case.
Quite literally, he stole his dad's hat, and then, you know, I'm dad now. So, yeah, Theo is the guy that just was like, what if I just embodied every film movie line from Sam Jackson and just took this motherfucker's head right now? And he did. So, you know, we stand a king.
I like to think that the hat, there's like a cartoon section where he shoots the face disappears, the hat hovers there for a second, and then bloop, 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 down to the floor.
I'm glad we're on the same wavelength there. We're just like...
I wonder if Theobel has Hardstadt's hat now.
I can only hope.
would
Every
hope.
once in a while he puts it on and he's like, I'm Hardstadt the Third.
I love that, but I also thoroughly, as somebody who plays Bruja a lot, thoroughly believes that, no, it is in canon that he shot his head off, the hat fell, he left. 2 weeks later, he's like, fuck, I could have taken that hat. Like,
Should have taken that.
full
God.
ADHD moment, and he was like, fuck! Alright, well, back to Xavier and Theobald's investigation. The investigation ended up with a army of Gangrel and the lads, so you got the squad and then their homies, taking down a compound where this was centralized in the slave trade bad no time. Inside the compound, an ancient true Bruja infernalist ripped out Xavier's heart and ate it.
Brutal.
That was a lot of words right there for people who aren't super, super deep into the lore.
Yeah.
True Bruja are a thing we'll talk about maybe someday. And Infernalists are basically like demon worshippers.
There's a bloodline and a clan of vampires who did devil magic, like literally demon magic, the most metal thing.
Which, it's actually funny because they come from 2 sets of books that people were like, why did you let out this overpowered fucking bullshit? They were like, oh yeah, the Belial and the True Bruja. It's like,
I think at least True Bruja were in a book where it says that they were never meant for players, though.
no. Both of them are technically like, you have to ask your ST. They're both ST specific books. And we'll cover the story on like how True Bruja happened because it's fucking wild. It's bullshit. I will look for my sources because if that story is true, ooh, the tea will be piping hot.
Yes. Right, so next NPC, because Xavier is dead, rest in peace, homie. We have Rudy, who is a new major player on the Vampire board. He lives and works out of Copenhagen, Denmark. Rudy is an Arab queer gentleman who stands up and pushes for revolutionary ideas from the progressive and left spectrum.
Nice.
Yeah, so, a homie. He pushes for these ideals not only amongst vampires, but also amongst mortals. If you want to read his actual thoughts in the Anarch book, Roll Call for the Revolution and Rudy's Army are good sections, but characters, so that's kind of fun. Yeah, so, yes. Good representation, doing a good thing, hurrah. Mark Decker, he is the Prince of Milwaukee. He's been the Prince of Milwaukee for a hot minute. Interesting NPC. I like a lot of his story. I'm not going to get into it. The whole Let Streets Run Red has a story arc with him. So, if that's going to be part of your game, there's a lot of info there.
Do you think he's really polite?
No.
He's from Milwaukee, so I figured.
Midwest polite.
Okay. So like, hey, yeah, come on in. I'll give you a beer. And then you leave and he's like, God, I fucking hate that dude.
Just the whole time. It's like, okay, nice seeing you. Goodbye. And the second the door goes, Jesus Christ. That guy was a nightmare. I thought he'd never leave. I hate that I'm good at that accent.
I'm not going to make the joke.
That's okay.
All right.
This is not technically a super important NPC, but I had to make this note because it's important to us here at the podcast.
Yes.
Mothman.
I did not read ahead in the script and I just saw Mothman and I am fucking stoked.
Yeah, so Mothman is canonical in World of Darkness. Mothman exists. There's a whole section about him in the Gangrel book. Yes, Mothman is a Gangrel.
So yeah, Mothman was a insane and heavily disfigured gangrel that was taken out as a threat to the masquerade in 1968.
But was he taken out? I thought they just saw him at an airport like a week ago.
I mean, I know there's been those reports in the Chicago area of a Mothman-esque being on and off for the past couple of years, as well as other Appalachian sightings of the Mothman, but
And if you didn't see the corpse turn to dust.
Or again, like the Chumbawamba tub thumping song, he got knocked down, but he got up again.
I am upset with
Fortitude, man.
I can't think of anything scarier than a flying gangrel.
Yeah.
A flying moth gangrel, just bright red, giant disc eyes, and just antennae.
Yeah, basically up until the invention of airplanes, that was one battlefield supremacy that the Gangrel had, because they did a lot of pretty like shape-shifting. So they're just like, yeah, I'm a bird, or they could get like bat stuff, and they would just fucking fly. And everyone's just like, what the Jesus Christ? Ah. And yeah, so that strategically is not as important, but it's good to have the ups.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going to talk about our lad Beckett for a little bit.
Oh, Beckett.
Oh, Beckett. I appreciate this NPC. He has so much fucking lore and shit that's basically going to have to be its own fucking episode. But
We're
I
gonna
know
have a Beckett episode?
probably at some point we're gonna have to.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, I know if I did not fucking mention Beckett in this episode, we're gonna get a lot of fucking dumbass angry tweets. So here we go.
Riots. We will cause riots in the streets.
Riots.
Gangrel is cursed. Their true clan curse is bad names.
Yes. Yes, but Beckett was born and embraced in Oxford, England around 1700.
Look at him go.
Yeah. So Beckett is a famous nodist, historian, and archaeologist. So it's a lot of Indiana Jones vibes.
No.
I don't think I knew that he was an artist.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of his big thing. Like go ahead.
Oh, no. You can finish yours.
Oh, okay.
I know.
Yeah, in the lore, he's part of a bloodline that's called like Memory Seekers. So their whole thing is trying to contain and gather up as much lore as possible. And his big thing is finding the true vampire history, like what actually happened in the historical records, and particularly with the antediluvians and Cain and like ancient, dig sites and all that jazz.
Right.
Yeah, because who was his sire again? Wasn't it?
Not listed.
I thought
He has an adopted sire
yeah,
named
yes.
Aristotle, but we don't know who actually made this clusterfuck of a person.
Which
Wasn't
makes
it-
sense. He's a gangrel.
Wasn't Aristotle also a Gangrel?
Nope,
No. Okay.
Malkavian.
That would make a lot of sense. Again, no concrete data, but in the Eurydice fragment, again, there were several scholars. It's easily noted that you can tell that there's a Malkavian and a Gangrel. That could have just been Aristotle and Beckett,
Well,
Right.
Beckett would not have been there because he wasn't around till the 1700s.
Oh.
So Aristotle might have been involved. I have not read that book in a hot minute, so I do not remember which NPCs are in there.
They don't ever note any of them by name.
Wow.
It's just heavily implied. So it wouldn't be surprising that if his adopted sire was one of the people who worked on the notes, that he's also a nodist because he's no, I'm just trying to find out.
Yeah, no, an interesting thing, while Beckett is a nodist, one of the things that makes him stand out compared to a lot of the other vampires is that he doesn't believe the Cain and Abel story is literally true. He thinks it's more of a historical, archetypical story where he's oh, no, there were societies that each of these people represented in the story, but it's more like a story about ancient hunter-gatherer societies kind of clashing with ancient agricultural societies, and because of the telephone game, it's just now translated into one guy killed another guy, and religions happened. So
One day, the farmers decided they gonna throw hands.
well, just the farmers were chill, and then the hunters were like, "What if I throw hands?"
Well, no.
And then the farmers were like, well, yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say Cain was the farmer.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Yep.
I need more caffeine. I need a shotgun a monster. Anywho. Beckett is a noted outlier for playing Gangrel because he is a respected academic.
All right.
So, there are chunks of Gangrel history from the 1700s on where Beckett will be the only Gangrel in the fucking room in lots of Camarilla cities, and he's not part of the Camarilla, he's an independent, does his own fucking thing. But he's such a highly respected scholar, people just kind of let him do what he's going to do.
Right. It's almost like he has a press badge.
Yeah. Oh, so he's hard Tarkus?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, very early on, he's like, I don't like his politics, it's fucking stupid, it's getting in the way of my work, I don't care.
Literally, his work is so important, though, that pretty much everyone just lets him chill.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they're he's not a threat unless he needs to do something, and it's probably for the benefit if you just let him do it.
He's a threat in the same way Indiana Jones is a threat, because it's oh fuck, a main character walked into the room, shit.
Fuck, what's following him?
Right? Just what chaos is going to be wrought in my city because he's here and working? God fucking damn it.
How many Nazis? How many Nazis are behind him?
Oh god, yeah. Yeah. So Beckett is one of the most well-known NPCs of all of VTM. Even people that don't fucking read those stuff, play the games, might recognize him. So Clan Gangrel represent. Hooray. If you're interested in learning more about Beckett, we can do a special episode, but if you want to do it on your own time, all of his globetrotting is covered in several fucking books throughout all of the canon of Vampire. The most dense collection is Beckett's Jihad Diary. So
That's like 1,000 pages, isn't it?
yeah,
It's thick as
about
fuck.
half of it though is like game notes and stuff for STs because there'll be a chapter of lore, and then the back of the chapter is like stat blocks, lore notes for the city and location he's in. So about half of the book is just like a roleplay book, and then half of it's like actually a novel.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
That's insane. I thought the whole thing was just a novel. I didn't
No.
realize there was actual like rules and stuff in there.
Yeah, that's why my copy of Beckett is tabbed all to fuck, because there's like notes. There's notes for me from like the novel, and then the way the novel is written, there's notes from other NPCs commenting on what Beckett's writing. So then there's like 3 other characters commenting on shit, as well as what Beckett's saying. And then there's the ST notes in between each of the chapters as well.
I thought you just tabbed that to shit because you like to tab things.
I do.
I know.
I need the reminders because I have very bad undiagnosed ADHD.
Yeah.
So to wrap up, lore sheets. There's only 2 clan-specific things for Gangrel. Sorry, guys. You have Descendant of Xavier. It exists in the core book on page 406, and the Anarch book, page 194.
Is it the exact same table?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. There also is a lore sheet for Rudy. It is not clan-specific, so I didn't technically list it, but there is another Gangrel lore sheet.
Yeah, because if we were going to those semantics, then you'd have to include low clans.
Yeah, there's a lot of lore sheets that work really well for a Gangrel character, and because the clan is very flexible in what they're able to do, you can kind of buffet style do what you want. I did want to make a note about the Coterie clan merit for Gangrel called Pack Tactics. It is in the free V5 companion. My brain deleted what the fuck is. Yeah, basically it lets you get some buffs for brawls if you have a friend with you. Hurrah! So we did it! We got through Gangrel!
Woo!
Oh my god!
I don't even have that much dirt on me. That's pretty neat.
Okay, I'm fine.
I thought we'd have to sweep up after this.
Well, mud's adhesive.
One I want to point out too, I think I mentioned it last episode, but
Yes.
another really good lore sheet that is directly Gangrel related
Yes.
is the Wolfpack in the Chicago books.
Yes!
They are a group of Gangrel Archons who specifically hunt werewolves.
Yeah. So if you want a more Gangrel themed thing, yeah. And there's tons of really cool Gangrel like NPCs and things that you can be tied into. There's just not a lot of shit that's like Gangrel only, fuck you.
Yeah.
So we did it. Oh my god. I loved doing the research for the history on this because there's so many good little fucking side stories. Like the fucking insectoid gangrels that were like wreaking havoc during the construction of the Panama Canal. Like, there's the fucking Viking version of the origins of the clan that's like ties into like Odin lore. Like, there's tons of really cool shit. But like, dear God, that would have to be, if I were to list everything, we would be here for so many hours. Holy shit.
Yeah, again, we plan on doing this podcast episodes. If you want to, you gotta let us know.
Gangrel Story Hour.
Oh.
I say the Gangrel also come up a lot. I was working on that episode of Other Supernaturals in the World of Darkness. They tend to be the ones who are hanging out with the others supernaturals the most. They, werewolves and changelings especially, but we'll talk about that more. But like they're kind of the movers and the shakers low key in the vampire community just because they're like, we can vibe with these guys.
Yeah, I was about to say, they're like some of the most neutral vampires like others. They have the ability to just be the ones where Steve's just in the corner. We understand that Steve is part of the enemy, but Steve's cool.
The difference between this actual wolf, this vampire who can turn into a wolf, this werewolf, and this animalistic fairy is not as big as you'd think. So
They can all come to the cookout. It's fine.
They all smoke cigarettes behind the stands at the football game.
Hardcore guys.
I fucking love this clan. They're great. They cover such a wide gambit of options and cultures and peoples and things where it's really hard to parse them down into this is how this clan is played and this is how they have to be. I'm like, nah, you can fucking go nuts.
There's so much. And again, I didn't get to do it in the section, but I always love just like Anoy's thought process of how, again, supposedly running from Cain is just merge with the core of the earth and just be like, come and get me, Dad. I fucking dare you. It's molten bullshit.
Also, her character art in the revised book is nice. I'm just like, yes.
Like, that is one of the most, like, we're going to get into the supposed living antediluvians on the episodes they are applicable to, and a little bit in the Gehenna one. I think she is probably one of the it's going to take a long... There are 2 that I'm like, it's going to take Kane a hot second to get to them. But there's a few that I'm like, that might give him trouble, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to take him too long.
You know, and she's probably one of the few where you're just like, if she's walking around, you're like, I might not be immediately dead.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's definitely a, I mean, if I leave her alone and I don't fuck with nature, probably going to be okay.
Yeah, I think that's kind of tends to be the Gangrel's vibe in general, though. If you kind of just leave them alone, let them do their thing out, they're not really going to mess with you.
Yeah.
I'd go on a hike with a Gangrel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would not go on a hike with a Ventru.
Yeah.
Probably because they wouldn't come outside with me. It's too dirty.
Yeah, I was about to say, they wouldn't put the boots on.
Yeah.
They'd have sneakers on, and then they'd be complaining halfway through.
Or if they did put the boots on, they'd be like those $800 hiking boots, and they'd be like, do I really have to get these dirty? I just bought them.
They didn't take the time to break them in beforehand with
Right.
blisters.
I don't know if I brought this up last episode, but I'm glad I got to bring it up in a game we were playing. I do like the fact that, much like Ravage and Transformers, if you see a fucking Gangrel leave anything, just follow them. Just
It's like how animals freak out before a storm.
Mm-hmm. They're usually the ones to know right off the bat where they're like, okay, we're in danger. I need to leave now.
Yeah.
It's like when they all fled the Camarilla and then the beckoning started.
Yeah.
Nobody's like, oh geez, who saw this coming? And it's like, Xavier tried to tell you.
Over here, we did.
We tried to, and then they fucking killed us. Good job.
It's like, well, they kicked, like, we tried to tell you, you didn't fucking follow, and now you're killing us for being in your city, quote unquote. What the fuck?
Dicks.
Absolute dicks. You know who are not dicks? Paralyze, the people who do our intro music.
Yeah.
They're very chill, and the music is good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you, Paralyzed.
Yeah. If you are interested, I believe at this point we're going to have the Clan Blood Sports.
It should go up the same week as this episode.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Clan
Hell
Blood Sports on Twitter. You can find us at _bodies. Vote on the thing. I'm just like, look, I'm here for the gift wars in the comments section.
Yes.
That's always a good time.
They're also
We do exist on Instagram at blankbodiespod. We also have a Discord. You can come hang out with us and other fans and organize game stuff.
And more happening kind of consistently.
Mm-hmm.
We've got people who run stream games that promote in there, and check those out.
We have people who have started watching some streams. They all get on together and watch.
Oh yeah, because there's like now a little watch party for the New York by Night game that's going
So
on.
cute.
It's
Yeah.
very cute.
Y'all are cute, guys. Y'all are cute.
I've had a moment where I almost wanted to comment about just how happy I am that I can just like. I remember when this was the beginning and we had to like engage all the time to like have something happen, and now it's just like a monster that does its own thing, and like I enjoy engaging with all of the community, but I love that it's just like it's a self-perpetuating motion engine now. Like I don't have to put anything in. Like it's a good solid community. It just goes. Like if I don't check certain boards in the Discord, hours later I'll go to check the board and it's like 50 plus messages, and I'm like,
Yeah.
this is so good. I love this is great. This
Y'all
just
post
makes
some
me happy.
fire ass memes that I steal and post in other places.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Yes.
Oh my god, Crazy Bait's just like 20 memes at once.
It's like, Jesus Christ, my guy.
I love that, but then I can't respond.
I want to specifically say that one's funny.
Yeah.
Goddamn. But yeah, no, it's a good time. We appreciate y'all. We do have a Patreon if you want to chuck us a couple of bucks. It helps keep the mics lubricated, and we're going to have to buy a new SD card. So thank you for helping us with the gear.
So yeah, we have a couple tiers on our Patreon. We have just a general support tier if you want to check us a couple bucks. We have tiers that let you vote on what we talk about on these episodes. We have everything up to Sarah doing custom character art for one of your characters, whether it be vampire or not. And if you stick with that one for a year, she'll do another color sketch for you.
Like full illustration set, full body, everything. We'll talk about it in the DMs.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
blood, there's all kinds of stuff. So give that a check if you haven't yet. And we appreciate everyone who does support us on there. It really, really motivates us to keep doing this. We're really grateful for everything you've done for us so far.
Yes.
I'll say, as the Discord is a very encouraging thing to see it like pop off and go crazy and like have lots of people in there being active and stuff. But it's kind of cool to be able to see an actual number. Like when our Patreon people, I mean, Hunter, you post in our in the blankbodies for us Discord every time. Like we got a new patron,
And it's always a good prep thing where it's just like, yay!
yeah, it's definitely like it's an almost more concrete version of like, no, people care. People like what you're doing. Keep it up.
Makes me feel like I'm not wasting my time trying to finish my fucking degree
Yeah.
at college because, oh my god, uni's been a struggle.
The New World Order just keeps renewing my OS, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Again, it's just...
For $5 a month, we can keep the lower bots fans clean with air duster.
It's on. You have yet to, again, you've put things in places where they're not supposed to be.
You just get so dusty.
Sorry, I keep getting into the duster.
There was an instruction manual that you could have read.
I never saw it. I don't know.
Stop. Please.
That was for me. I feel a little lightheaded just doing that.
Yeah, also, if
It
you...
feels like a threat to me.
Also do gaming podcasts, do stream game stuff, cosplay, you write for any vampire media. You are a vampire if you want to be part of our interview
Not
series. blankbodies@gmail. Hit us up. We like talking to the community.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be even a vampire creator. We've had people who make OSR stuff on, people who make their own original games. Like, if you do gaming stuff or horror-related stuff and just want to chat, I would love to have you on.
Hell yeah. You got ooky spooky punk rock bullshit.
Let's go.
Bring it on. Let's do it. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Come on, Danzig. Come
No.
talk to me.
I'll talk to Danzig.
Oh, Danzig. My brain... You said Danzig. My brain went, Danzig, Misfits, Michael Graves. And I was like, no.
I would still talk to Michael Graves. I just tell him he's a fuck the whole time.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, I was about to say. my
Michael
brain
Graves,
had-
did you know you're an asshole?
I was about to say, my brain had an error and went Robert Zadar.
No! Okay, we gotta go. We gotta go. We have to end this now.
Goodbye, my friends.
Oh, woo.
Bye.
It's
Werewolves.
Gangrel.
Oh,
Werewolves London.
yeah, the awoo.
Yes.
That's what I thought when I heard a woo.
Yes. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
See ya.
Bye.
That was wet.
Well.